Alright, Shalom. Alright, we're out here once again, the Hebrew Israelites, another week to prophesy, the downfall of this kingdom, alright, and the truth of this Bible in the spirit and power of Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash.
And double honours, of course, to the apostles and the elders who rule well and who taught us this truth. And salutations to the Akim out there, who continue to push the word in truth and in sincerity. And shalom also to the brothers, and a few Akwaf that also are listening and learning, man. So we're just gonna do what we do and get into these precepts, man.
This is Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
So read up like 2 verses.
Okay. This is Revelation 13 and 14.
And the word revelation, reveal, means to peel back, man. Okay, So this is the final book of the scriptures, man. Alright, how everything's gonna go down in the end. Alright, it's being peeled back and revealed. Alright, for us to see. Go on.
This is Revelation 13 and 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. Verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right. That's getting into the system, man. Alright. If you're gonna fail to comply, be amongst the internet of things, okay, be a part of the system, man. Then it's gonna come to the point where it's, look, man, you either comply or you die, man. Alright. And the scripture says there's nothing new under the sun. Alright. There's men of the Lord in the scriptures that, look, the ultimatum was put to them. Case in point, Daniel, man. You either go and bow down. Alright, the Christians like to say the 3 Hebrew boys. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You either bow down, and if you don't bow down, then you're gonna die, man. So that's pretty much the same thing that's coming back right now. Alright, so if you don't worship the beast and his image, alright, then you're gonna be put to death. Keep reading.
Verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Yes, he calls it all, man. Alright, so this whatever it's talking about, what we're gonna get into, right? Meaning that it's not optional, man. Oh, I'm a certain class, I'm a certain sect, working class, middle class, upper class. It doesn't matter, man. You're gonna have to take it. Okay? You want to say something?
No.
Okay. Oh yeah, because even now they've got these elections going on and stuff, man. And for some reason, like on social media, all the young people are taken by this election bullshit, man. And it's like, oh yeah, well, for the working class, and it's not fair, so I'm gonna vote for Corbyn. Like they're actually 2 separate parties, man. When they all have the same boss, they all work for the elites, man. But the point is that what's coming, what the scripture is talking about, this chip, man, right? This mark of the beast is not optional for your class, for your race, for your preference, for your choice, man. You have to take it according to the mandate of what the beast is gonna manipulate. Mandate, sorry, God.
And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
So you can't take part in the business of things, man. Meaning that you literally, as I said, you cannot buy and you cannot sell, man. Alright? Now if you think of the most basic of needs, you've got to buy food. Okay, the scripture says what? You shall go to your enemy for the want of all things, man. Alright? So nobody's got a farm, where they grow all of their crops. Okay, first of all, certain crops are only grown in certain seasons, man. And if you want to go a little bit deeper than that, the land upon which is yours is not even yours, man. So they can repossess that if they will, So we have to go to what? These supermarkets, man. Your Sainsbury's, your Lidl's, your Tesco's, your Asda's, okay? All of these shops, man. Whatever you have in your country, you go to that, man. Alright? But guess what? If you don't get this mark, then you won't be able to buy or sell. So on the most basic of levels of your daily bread, you're going to be in lack of that, man. Alright? Water, imagine paying for water, man. But we got to pay for water, man. You get the 12 pack, you get the litre pack. When if you don't have that, if you don't take this mark, you ain't drinking no water, man. You ain't eating no food. Okay, that's the reality of it, man. Because you got guys out here talking about, oh yeah, what's that? Oh, wait.
That's right.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, you know, the mark of the beast, and oh yeah, I'm not gonna take it. And they're just thinking on this grand level, but think of it on a low level. Think of it at the smallest of things, man. All right, you're chatting shit because when you go home, there's food in the pot, man. All right. But what about when you can't go to the shop, man? You know? Read that last verse again. You call your fool.
This is Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Right. And when you go to the word in the Greek for mark, it's charagma, man. All right. Which means what? An insertion. Okay. You know, to cut, basically. All right. So that's talking about what? None other than the RFID chip, man. All right. Over here in Europe is coined what? The NFC, the near field communication, man. Same thing. All right. You know. So it's not the mark of the beast is not a woman. All right. As some would say, it's not the so-called white man. It's not Christianity, man. All right. Embargo. You told me the last time you downloaded Christianity into your right hand, man. You know. You can't do it, man. It's talking about something physical, man. The chip. Okay. So it's gonna be put in your right hand or in your forehead, man.
Right.
You know.
For me, you gotta watch Esau, because the brother wrote, because of all. You gotta watch the way Esau is gradually introducing the chip first. Because first of all, look around the technology, the way people are buying and selling now. At this time now, cash is being used. Is being used less and less. There's people that will tell you, man, oh damn, I barely ever have any cash on me. Everything is done through electronically. Okay, because the elites have an agenda. You gotta understand that, man. The elites have an agenda, and part of that agenda is to have everybody microchipped. Okay, so everything that you do, every transaction that you do, they want a record of it, man.
Yeah.
They want a face. I remember I seen something. One woman said, we're gonna start printing less and less cash because people are using it less and less, man. Everywhere you go, man, it is all the shops now, they're now equipped now. Any shop, man, that does not have the equipment to use to take any kind of electronic payment, you'll be out of business, man. You gotta accept now electronic payment, because if you understand the people, man. First of all, they're setting everything else in place so that when the chip is here, everything is ready, man. The shops are ready. The transportation, you go in the taxi, you go in the bus, on the tube, it's ready now to take electronic payments. Okay? So everything is being set in place, and then eventually now they're gonna bring it now. Eventually cash will be out. It might be just your card, but cash will be out, and then now because now you're watching now how Esau is slowly introducing the chip to the people. You got the whole what's that place, Switzerland? Switzerland, Sweden, yeah. A whole company introduced the chip in the workplace. Today it's one company. Tomorrow, few others they might turn around and say, oh, that's a good idea. And then before you know it, everybody is doing it. You know, Esau understands how the minds of the people work, and so they're doing what is known as gradualism. You know, slowly, what they call, the toad in the boiling pot.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the toad does not know that the frog or the toad does not know it's being boiled until it's too late, man. You know, so slowly introducing it, and then before you know it, now is here. You got the people that are hardcore, that would rebel. So Esau has a plan for them as well. Other people, man, they know, man. Just introduce it, they'll take it straight away. And then there's now the stages. Now, what about this? What about these religious nuts? You know, they get your celebrities, your pastors to tell you it's okay to take the chip. That is not the mark of the beast, you know.
No. Yeah, exactly, man. That whole gradualism thing is that's because Esau is a psychological guy, man. He knows how to work on your mind, man. You know, like even here in London, man. Like before the oysters, you had to pay with your coins, man. You know, and then that little ticket thing, you know, white and little pinkish ticket thing will come up, you know. And then they brought out this, was it the 13 to 16 oyster for the kids to go to school, and then the normal one where the adults had to top up, and everybody was like, this is so good, like this is sick. I can just top it up and then beep. Alright? But the brother said, man, you know, that's all preparing the minds for an easier way of less cash to no cash, okay, ease, alright? And then technology's gonna grow so much to the point where when it's time for the actual chip, nobody has a problem with it, okay? As the brother the boss said, when the frog is in the pot, it's when it realizes it's too late, man, okay?
Yeah.
Because, what's the problem with the chip? You know, I had the oyster, I just tap it, I'll tap my hand, there's no problem with that, okay? So Esau's all about that mind manipulation and gradualism, man, you know? When it's all too late, then that's it, man.
This is Revelation 14:9, and it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured without mixture into the cup of his indignation.
Come on, let's read that again, that's beautiful.
This is Revelation 14:9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High.
Yeah, so basically, once you take that chip, man, you know, that's it for your ass, man, okay? You know, you're gonna drink of what? The wrath of the cup of the Most High, of his indignation, man, okay? You know, so what you Israelites talking about, I don't mention no names, but oh yeah, I'll take the chip and then take it out and stuff. Man, I wouldn't do that, man. You know, the scripture says don't tempt the Most High, man. And what does it say? The Most High is not mocked, man. That's straight up mockery. You know, I'm gonna pretend, and then when it's you know,
Like the angels never saw that.
exactly. You know, so I wouldn't do that, man. You know,
And like I said before, man, if that was the case, the scriptures would have said you could do that. The
Exactly.
scriptures would have said you can take the mark, and then later on you can remove it. But the scriptures plainly say don't take it at all.
yeah, the Lord would have said, okay, take the chip for this amount of time, and then I'll give you a sign when it's time to take it out. But the Lord just said, look, don't take it, man. Why? Because you're gonna drink of the wrath, man. You know, don't play with the Lord, man. Okay,
When that chip is made mandatory, man, all you're gonna have left is faith, man.
exactly.
If you don't have faith, man, then you know the reason you're gonna take that chip, man, is your lack of faith anyway. Because it's gonna be easy, man. Esau's just gonna say, listen, because a lot of people they're gonna know it's the mark of the beast, man. But the whole idea of being taken out of their comfort, you might lose your house, you might lose your job, you might not be able to feed your family, and that fear alone, because you're gonna fear Esau more than the Lord, man. So that's gonna cause a lot of people to actually take that chip, man. Because Esau is gonna put everybody in that situation. So I said he causes all. Esau is gonna put us all in that situation whereby you have not to do anything. You're gonna have to take that chip to travel, to eat, to keep a job. You're gonna have to take that chip, man. And then now, that's when your faith now is gonna have to come into play now to say, the Lord will feed me. The Lord will take care of me. You know, you might go hungry for a day or two, man, but you gotta hold on to that faith, man. You know?
It's like, and that's the thing as well, is that a lot of guys think that the chip is just a carnal thing, taking the thing. That's symbolic for you selling out to Satan. So it's deeper than just the act of putting it into your skin. That whole, you doing that is just you selling out, man.
Because that's the thing.
No, that's not.
Yeah, because people think, man, that you know, one day, like that's the topic of gradualism, man. I'm glad you brought it up, bro, because that's deep, man. You know, people just think that one day Esau's gonna pop on the scene. Okay, you have to do this. It doesn't work like that, man. It's gradual, man. You know.
Yeah, what you said, that analogy with the toad, if you put a toad in boiling hot water, it just jumps straight out. But if you because toads are very stubborn, if you put it in the water and you heat it up slowly, the toad won't budge.
Yeah. And then when it's
and before it start to swell up and boil up. Because I've seen them big toads over back home. You know, my mum's country, Jamaica.
You know, so that's that, man. You know, so it's a gradual process, man. Okay, so when it comes, so like, what's that verse? So I lost my train of thought.
It's Revelation 14:9, and it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God.
So like, that's what I was gonna say. I got my full back on the whole gradualism thing, right? It's because look, it's gonna be a thing of it'll be a normal day, man, and they just put the mandate out there, or like they did in Sweden with that, you know, your company, your business, whatever, man. They're gonna say, look, you can't work anymore, man, you know, and it's, all hell technically hasn't broken loose because Cindy, your friend, is still working, you know. Society seems to be still going, so it's like, oh well, I've got to go along, you know. That's that test they do in psychology where everybody in a room will know at one moment to get up, and then one person won't know to get up. But that one person that doesn't know, when they see everybody else get up, they stand up too. Why? Because they're following the crowd, man.
Yeah.
You know? They do studies on that shit, man. Okay? So guess what? When it's time, and then your company, whoever you work for says, look, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you're gonna look at the rest of society going on, fine. Or so it seems. And you're gonna be, okay, fine. You know what, I'm gonna take it. It can't be that bad after all, man.
Might be deadlines.
Yeah.
You know, by this date, everybody
Yeah.
to work here, everybody has to have the chip.
Right.
You know.
And then if you don't have it, then, you know, you got what? The average household has what, 2 or 3 kids, you know? Some 4, some 5, okay? You know, you and your partner, your husband, your wife, or whatever the case may be, you know, you gotta pay the rent. If you got a mortgage, you gotta keep up with them payments, okay? I think it's today is the last day for Help to Buy, all right? All these, you know, people on my phone, yeah, did you sign up for Help to Buy? No, I didn't sign up for Help to Buy, man. I don't want to buy no, because it's not mine, but I don't want to get involved in buying no house, because I have no intentions of staying here, man, on this side, okay? In this kingdom, man, you know? But that's what it's all about, man, you know?
And even I was reading the other day, they something now called smart locks, whereby all you need is your phone. You can tap your phone with a smart lock. You don't even need a key anymore.
Exactly, that's...
But the thing is, the problem with that is, what happens if your phone runs out of battery?
Yeah.
And then they'll say, well, the solution is get the chip.
Because that never runs out, man. And you can't lose that. Nobody can nick the chip off you. Oh, he stole my bag, he stole my phone. You can't do that, man. Because it's why it's inside of you, man. Alright, so as this brother was saying, man, it's yes a physical thing, but it's deeper than physicality. It's actually
Right.
a spiritual
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, can. Let me go actually into the word karagma. Now
let's
the fact you mentioned that, because the word for mark is a karagma. It says a stamp, an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead of the right hand of the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. Okay, it says the mark branded upon horses, thin carved, sculptured, graven work. Because the mark branded upon horses is to identify your horses. For example, like see in Africa, yeah, you have grazing, you go fields where you take your sheep, your goats, and your cows to go for grazing. Now one guy can come with his cows, and another guy can come with his cows, and then the way they knew that these cows belong to this person is the brand that they put upon them. That's that either your initials or a particular mark. Some people have particular marks for their household. You put it in the fire, and then you brand it upon on the horses, man. So that was the mark represents ownership, okay, identification, man. You see, that's how you say, okay, these ones are yours, these ones are mine. Because cows don't care, man. They just go mingle together and graze, and then it will be up to you to separate the ones which are yours and the ones that are somebody else's. Okay, so that mark is to identify the people, man. It's a mark to literally, it will be everything on your identity will be on the mark.
Yeah.
And that's how they said it to people of dementia, old people, you know, kids. You know, if your child gets lost, how are they gonna find the child? By way of that mark. Okay. Like right now, it's mandatory. If you have a pet, a cat or a dog, it's mandatory to have them chipped. Okay, that's how you identify. Okay, this if your dog goes, your cat goes missing, or whatever, they find it. They scan it for the chip. They know the person. They know the person who the particular dog or cat belongs to. Because the address is all there, man. And then if you go to the law, you know, if you go to the law, the way if you said what, somebody go to it.
I think it's in Deuteronomy somewhere.
I can find it.
What is it about the old?
Yeah. And it says in the law, it says if the Hebrew servant loved his master, then they'll bore an oar into his ear, man. Why? Because now you can say, listen, I love my master, I want to be in servitude to him for
Right.
the rest of my life.
Yep.
So that's the same thing with the chip, man. You're actually, as the brother said, man, you're choosing like, yo, I want to be on Esau's side, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's what. And come on. Yeah, go, man.
And if you go deeper into the word karagma, you find the root word etymology. It goes back to, the word karagma goes back to a word karaks, Strong's G5482, and the word basically means a pail or a stake.
Yeah, the exact same thing. Now, the all is righteous, man. You know, but Esau, once again, he's taken everything that's righteous and he's perverted it, man. So the chip is nothing but a perverted version of the all, man.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're actually selling out and saying, you know, yo, I want to be, you know, you go and read it, man. Right? Because there's a reason. It's not like you just randomly, oh, come, let me put this in your ear. No, there's a reason behind it, man. Same way there's a reason behind the chip. Bro.
21 and 5.
Yeah, read up a little bit. So, you know.
Staff.
And for those who know about this, man, that's why we put the word out there, man. You know, to whom much is given, much is required, man.
Yeah.
All right. So if you know about this and then you still go and take it, man, you're gonna get a worse judgment, man. You know, because you knew, man. Yeah. Go on.
And this is Exodus 21
Oh, excellent.
and 5. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife and my children, I will not go out free. Verse 6, then his master shall bring him unto the judges. He shall also bring him to the door or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his heir through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever.
Now, hold on, bro. You have to establish that in a situation like this, the servant now had the choice to leave. Okay? He had the choice to leave, but he decided to stay, and his household stayed with him, man. You know? That's just that thought alone is deep, man. You got the choice to leave, but you're like, nah, I love my master, so I'm gonna stay. So it's an active choice, man. You know? Keep going, bro.
And if a man shall sell his daughter to be a maidservant, she shall not go out as men servants do. And if she please not her master,
No, go back.
what verse? Slack.
Read that same verse again.
When his master shall bring him unto the judges, he shall also bring him to the door, or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his heir through with an awl.
Yeah, so you're gonna have that all going through his earlobe, alright? And that's the sign, you know, the mark that look, this servant is now he's in lifelong service unto his master, man. Okay, he can't leave from under his master's house. And that's the deep bit. Okay, once he's made the decision and he's received the all, he can't leave. He can't leave, man. Same thing with the chip. Let's go back to this, man. Once you take it, you can't leave from under that decision, man. Alright? Where's that scripture in Revelation? He who is righteous, let him be righteous still. He who is holy, let him be holy still. Because look, man, it's the Lord that plays both sides and make you do what you do anyway.
That's right,
but the
right.
point is that the time for decisions is coming to a very swift end, man. You know, and it's gonna be a thing of whatever side you're on, that's the side you're on, man.
Yeah. Because for those that reject the that turn down the mark,
Yeah.
they're going to be potentially, we're going to go off the grid. Some of us are going to be off the grid. Some of us may have to go into the FEMA camps. But even in that, we're going to know who we belong to. We're going to know we're off the grid, but we belong to the Most High.
That's right.
We're in the FEMA camp, but we in the FEMA camp potentially going to get, martyred, but we belong to the Most High. So that's just that thought alone is a powerful stand to motivate us.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. Because whatever situation you find yourself in, be it a concentration camp, be it up in the fields, man. Wherever, you're gonna know that. Look, I'm going through this because I belong to the Lord, man.
Right.
But brothers, if you can't get up to the Midlands, man. I'm joking. Go.
It's Revelation 22 and 11. He that is unjust let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still.
Yeah, man. So the time is coming where the polls are going to be closed. All bets are off, man. And whatever side you're on, stick to it, man. Stick to your guns, bad boy. Okay, if you're on the left-hand side, you know, if you've chosen to take the chip, because that's the context of which we're speaking in, then that's it, man. There's no turning back. Okay, you know that you got that Christian. So I got my mind made up, and I ain't going. That's the same thing, man. Once you made your mind up, that's it. You ain't going back. Okay, so you can't take the chip out, man. It's simple as. And that is, we're laughing about it, you know, stammering lips. But that's the serious facts, man. This thing's actually coming, man.
That's right.
It's a life and death situation. Okay, you know, the side of the righteous, right, or the side of the doomed, or the side of the damned, unto destruction. What did it say? Let's go back to the first precept, bro, where it said, we shall drink of the wrath of the indignation. That's the reality of it, man. You taking a chip because, oh yeah, I got a little daughter and stuff, man. You know, I got a son and my wife, and that's the thing. Look, you can encourage your wife to not take the chip. You know, you're in rule of your kids. They may take your kids away from you. You may be separated, whatever the case may be. But the scripture says, yeah, salvation comes to a man and his household, man. Okay? So don't be worrying about your little daughter, man. Oh, she's gonna die, she ain't eating. The Lord can sustain her, man.
Because you might be tempted by your wife,
Yeah.
your children. Because if she's asking you, so how are you gonna eat then? Your answer will be, you gotta trust in the Lord, innit? But she'll look at you funny, man. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
What's the food is gonna fall out the sky? She might tempt you, man.
Because feminine means without faith, man. You know, so women, that's the thing, man. Women need constant assurance and attention, man. Alright? Assurance that, you know, the next second is gonna be okay. Alright? For us, it's a daily thing. The Lord says, give us our daily bread, man. So we know, look, the Lord's got us, man. And even though in certain situations it may look like, you know, oh, what am I gonna do? In the front, not even in the back of our mind, in the front of our mind, we go past that doubt and we know, look, at the end of the day, Yahweh Hashem has got us, man. But a woman, it's a thing of, oh baby, every minute. She needs reassurance, man. So when it comes to a matter of eating, you know, being able to go to the shop, get her cosmetics and all of that stuff, man. You telling her you can't do that? She's gonna, come on, man. More than likely, she's gonna say, do you know what? You're crazy. I'm going for the chip, and it's gonna be okay. We're done then. Simple as, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Back in Revelation 14 and 9.
So that, but for the women that are, because you got women, you know, a lot of women that do believe, man. You know, they're in the shadows where they should be. But for those of you who, you know, who are sincere, man, you know, the Lord bless you and be with you, man. You know, you gotta be fair.
This is back in Revelation 14 and 9. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured without mixture. Which is poured out without mixture.
Exactly. So, you know, we were laughing about it and whatnot, which is cool, but that is the reality of it, man. If you take this, you go and drink of the wrath of the cup of the Most High's indignation, man. Okay?
You're gonna be a part of those missiles, man, that fire.
Someone said about 5G, the side effects of 5G, but if you take the chip, it's good that 5G, that radiation is going to be actually implanted in you. So they're going to be the most hard. We're going to see side effects to the disadvantage of not taking the chip.
There was one guy that took the chip, and the guy believes he got cancer from it.
Yeah. There's a whole potential to getting cancer.
Yeah, scriptures say in Romans 12, be not conformed to this world, but be transformed. Because when you go into the word conform, it goes into comply with rules, standards or laws, comply, abide by, observe, follow, keep to, match up to, stick to, and that's it.
Yeah. Cindy's doing it, so I'm gonna do it. You know, conformist, man.
Because one common thing you'll always hear these people say is, oh well, that's just the way things are. You might lament, you might complain about certain things in society. You'll always hear people say, oh well, that's just the way things are. Because people are conformists, man.
That's just the way it is. You see, songs like that's gonna play on people's heads, man. You know.
Or Chipmunk.
Yeah.
Chip, did he chip?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you have to advertise it. Chip, did he chip?
Yeah, that's what they do, man.
Because they're gonna make it seem like it's beneficial for you when it ain't.
Because these lyrics of these songs, man, they're given to people, man. Don't think, oh, he's got bars, yeah, he's got the bars, but he's been told an agenda to push, man. You know, so all of these songs, he may be talking about a girl, man. But when that time comes, the way that, because Esau, listen, man, Esau's smart, man. Okay, he knows how the mind works. Okay, he will make you a song that was made about a girl 15 or 16 years ago. That's gonna come into your head when it's time for the chip. You know. Like Tupac, man, that's just the way it is. Okay, I'm gonna do it then. You see, because the mind, when you get into the science of it, right? The Lord made it that our mind has the ability to download and remember stuff, man, and that's done through neuron paths, man. Okay, so there's certain paths that's in the back of your head from 20 years ago.
Some subconscious.
That when that memory comes, it's because that path is still active, man. Okay, and then those paths intertwine. So you could be talking about a girl 20 years ago, but then when it's time for the chip, those part that it'll click in your head. Oh, yeah, okay, I can just do it then. You know? Oh, that's just the way it is. I'm gonna conform, as the brother was talking about, man. You know? You're looking for a certain reason. Get the one you had first in 2 and 10. And then 14.
This is Revelations 2 and 10, and it says, "Fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days."
Yeah, because we're talking about, you know, at the end of the day, look, man, the ultimatum of this chip thing is that if you don't take it, you know, you're gonna have to solely rely upon Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, you know, through your faith. And if you do take it, ultimately that's gonna lead on to your destruction, man. Okay, so those are the two. That's the ultimatums of the matter, man. What does it say? Fear none of these things. Start that verse again, please.
Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
There you go. So the elect aren't going to take the chip, and because of that, we're going to have to suffer some things, man. What does it say? Fear none of those things, man. Okay, you know, because we're talking about the neuron paths and your memory from 20 years ago. You're going to start reminiscing, you know, of the time you scraped your knee as a child. Oh, that hurt. You know, I got a paper cut that hurt. How much more they're gonna torture me? You know, fear none of these things, man. Okay, keep going, bro.
The devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee the crown of life.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm just thinking about it, right? The mind is so powerful, man. You can either rise to the occasion, or you can melt like ice cream in a microwave, man. That's the two realities of the mind.
That's right.
All right, you can either rise to the occasion and be like, "Whoa, shit, let's do this, bitch." Okay, you can have that type of mentality, or you can be, "Oh no," you know. Let's get wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of their times, man. All right, because those men that you know rise to the occasion, they're gonna do it through what? The spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, which is what? The Comforter, which is these scriptures, man. Got it, let's...
Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
Yeah.
And the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is his treasure.
Exactly, man. The treasure. Yahushua always spoke about the kingdom being like treasure, man. You know? So we're always gonna have that in our mind that look, that's the end goal. We wanna get there. So yeah, what I'm going through now, you know, I understand why I'm going through it. But what's the means of us understanding? It's these scriptures, man. Okay? Because if it's said to you, you're going to have to go through this, then you will understand why. And you know